Hello, class. Welcome back to your art class online. Today I have a jar. We're going to be making a bug in a jar art lesson today. So we are going to do that inside of our sketchbooks that I put in your art kits. You can decorate the cover however you'd like. You could get a piece of computer paper, decorate it, and then cut it out. That way you have your very own personalized sketchbook. And so on the first page, you can leave it blank so that you could have a table of contents later, or you could always do your table of contents here if you decide to do something here. Your first page, I'm going to let you choose whatever you'd like to create. So I chose to do a butterfly because I think they're pretty neat. So I have this chart here, and it helps me learn about the life cycle of a butterfly. And I chose a butterfly because I was just thinking about how it relates to what we're going through. There's a scripture in the Bible talking about transformation, and it's from Romans 12:2, and it says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, and then you're going to be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." So in the beginning, it starts with the eggs being laid, right? And it's a female butterfly that lays those eggs. And then a caterpillar hatches from the egg, and the caterpillar is called larva. So I'll show you my little toy here. So the larva. And then the caterpillar grows by eating the leaves. It's kind of cute. And then the caterpillar forms a protective shell called a chrysalis or a pupa. And then the caterpillar forms a protective shell called a chrysalis or a pupa. Here's what it is, but I went looking for pictures, or I wanted to learn a little bit more about butterflies. And look at this chrysalis, it's so beautiful. It's almost like a gem. And this is found in Costa Rica. They speak Spanish there too. I thought this was a really funny picture. I'll read it to you before I show it to you. It says, "As incredible as it sounds, a butterfly tastes with its feet. As soon as it lands on a flower, it uses its feet. They're called tarsi to tell whether this is the flower it wants. If you tasted your food this way, the way that a butterfly does, you would have to put your toes in your dessert to sample it." You see the picture? That's funny. So, we are at the pupa. Now, it says, after 2 weeks, 2 semanas, a butterfly slowly emerges from the chrysalis. Let me show you the picture. It's pretty cool. When its wings dry, the adult butterfly is ready to fly. So that's it. And then I found this really cool picture too. It says, "Why does this caterpillar have spikes all over? It's not to look cool, it's to stay safe." And then one more thing I wanted to show you was this. When my husband used to work at the art center, he used to hang up all the artwork, and he used to clean up the art center. We actually got to work together. But there was this really amazing artist. Her name was Kathy Quill, and her artwork was huge. It was maybe as tall as a preschooler. It was pretty big. So the frames were enormous. My husband had to carry it. I don't know if I would be able to carry him, but they were pretty heavy. But she was a watercolor artist, and these were hanging in the gallery, and she signed it for him. Okay. Alright. Okay, so to start, you're going to need a pencil, a pen, or a Sharpie. You will also need your bug, so it could be the bug that I put in your bag, or a bug that you have as a toy, or the crayon bug, whichever bug you choose. You can also use a picture of a bug to help you. You can look at a picture online that you like. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the jar, and we're going to draw the jar, okay? So we want to do our bug inside of the jar. Before we start, I want to remind you that we want to use all the space possible, okay? So this is this is all negative space, and so when we draw, we want to make sure that we take up all the space, so it would be positive space. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to do the mouth of my jar, and a lot of the time, I get my students drawing it flat, but it's not flat. It's a curved line because this is a circle. So the other part is this lip right here that is what we use to put the lid on, but if you notice, it's coming out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and my next line, I'm going to make it parallel, right, to this line. So I tried really hard to create a line where the distance between these two lines is the same. Okay, if you look really carefully, this line is actually going, it's because it's coming closer here, and it's further apart over here. Okay, so this line is actually going to come out just a little tiny bit. Okay, and then I want this line to be parallel to that line. Okay, now I'm going to do that again because there's two of them, and I'm just taking my time. Okay, now this line is a straight line up and down. Okay, alright, and then we'll close that up. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and draw this part of it. And there, is it symmetrical? That means that if I were to fold it in half, it would be the same. So here I drew this jar, and if I fold it in half, just like our faces are symmetrical, we would see the same thing on both sides. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and close it. Try my very best to do a straight line, so sometimes a ruler is helpful. When I can't find a ruler, I will use like a piece of cardboard or something with a straight edge. Alright, so now that we're done with that, I'm going to just kind of... Okay. We're going to go ahead and start on the caterpillar. Oh, my caterpillar fell over. So I am going to draw my caterpillar inside of the jar, like that. So I'm going to start with the little face. I really like the yellow, how it pops against the black, like a bee. He's climbing up my jar. Okay, so for coloring, you may choose crayons, you may choose color pencils, markers, anything you'd like to work with. I'm going to go ahead and do my black first. I would not recommend you using Sharpie because it might bleed through your pages. Then I'm going to do your little feet. We just have to do our yellow. table is checkered. In the background, there's like a picket fence. And then I'm gonna add some texture with my black marker. Add some more texture. Things become a little bit distorted looking through a glass, so it doesn't have to be perfect.